Hello and welcome everyone to the Sportsway channel. And today we're here for a first solo video, something which we've been trying for the first time today. And our solo videos are mostly going to consist of my honest views and opinions on certain matches and the performances during the match week in both cricket and football. To start off with, we're going to discuss about the hot topic at the moment. Manchester United have lost this evening away from home to Leicester City by a margin of 4 goals to 2. And it is a very concerning loss for Manchester United fans and the club because of the tricky run of fixtures which follows after the game versus Leicester. During midweek, they go on to face Atlanta, and after that, they go on to face City, Spurs, and someone like Liverpool next week. Liverpool, of course, winning the earlier fixture 5 goals to 0 against Watford. So, diving into the video, we're going to be talking about some of the post match conferences from the players and from the manager, and some of my honest thoughts on the situation right now at Manchester United and why it hasn't been clicking despite the fact that they've got so many class players right now in their squad. To start off with, Paul Pogba gave a very honest interview after the game ended, something which you'd like to see from the players. And he came on and he said that Manchester United deserved to lose today and that they did not have a good day and a good game because they've been having this kind of problem over the past year where they go into games and concede goals for fun. Something which certainly happened today against Leicester City and certainly happened almost happened against Villarreal if it wasn't for David De Gea, who's been exceptional so far this season. He also went on to say that something needs to change at Manchester United. Now it's up to us to kind of think to what he's referring to. But for me, I think he's referring to the tactical setup right now, which is being played under the manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he definitely needs to he needs or he wants to see a change in that tactical setup in order to find the right solution and stick to it. Other than that, I mean, it's really hard to ignore what Paul Pogba has been saying because once a star player of your team comes out and says things like this in the media, you have to listen to it. And to an extent, he's right. We've seen Bruno Fernandes coming and saying the same thing in the media as well after they drew to Everton before the international break. Even he said that something needed to change, but certainly nothing has changed. If anything, they've gotten worse because they drew versus Everton at home and they've lost 4 to Leicester City away from home. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the same old press conferences, clueless answers, coming on and saying that he doesn't really know what the team needs at the moment, whether they need more runners in midfield or whether they need other sorts of tactical tweaks, which is again something which has not been well received by the fans. A lot of fans thinking that maybe Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has reached his peak at Manchester United and it's time for a new manager. And I'll be very honest with you, if you're Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and if you're going every match day and sitting there with Carrick and McKenna and watching every game for 90 minutes, you cannot come and say that you don't know what the problem is. You have to come out and say, okay, this was the problem, this was the tactical tweak that we need to make, and we're going to do it. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer never really does that, which again points to the fact that he isn't really the coach of this current Manchester United team. He's more of a manager. The coaches are, of course, Carrick and McKenna, and of course, Mike Phelan is an assistant manager who also doesn't take care of training, which gives room to the other fact that a lot of players are not happy with the kind of coaching experience they're getting in Manchester United, according to the Athletic, where they feel that the coaching is a bit too schoolmasterly for them, especially for the elite players such as Jadon Sancho, Cristiano Ronaldo, Paul Pogba. They're not very well pleased. Even the likes of Rafael Varane, not very well pleased, and they feel that a cultural change might be needed soon enough. Moving on to the board and their statement after the game, they are pretty much backing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to turn things around during this tricky run of fixtures because he has done it before. And even if they don't back him anymore, this is their current position because they don't want a new manager to come in during these tricky run of fixtures. Well, Actually, the question arises, if you're actually going to give Ole Gunnar Solskjaer this, like, a run of 8 or 9 games before you sack him, your season might be well gone by that point of time, because you have to face sides like Atlanta twice during this run of games, and then you've got Liverpool, City, Spurs, Chelsea at the end of November. And you're really going to be thinking, is it a risk worth taking? Because players like Ronaldo are not going to be satisfied with getting knocked out of the Champions League and playing in the Europa League, because that's not something which they came for. Coming on to Ronaldo, he didn't have the best of games. Of course, he scored a hat trick midweek for Portugal, which raises a lot of questions because he plays a different role in Portugal. He's not a lone striker in Portugal, which raises the question that why is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer trying so hard to convert Cristiano Ronaldo into a lone striker? Because he's never done that for 20 years in his career, and he certainly isn't going to do it at the age of 36 against three top class centre backs in the Premier League week in week out. So why not play him in his natural position? Why not play him with wingers who are actually happy to create for him, rather than someone like Mason Greenwood who's going to cut in and shoot on every opportunity which he sees? You've brought in Jadon Sancho after 2 years of struggles with Borussia Dortmund, only to play him on the left flank. I mean, why play him on the left wing? He's a right winger. You desperately needed a right winger. Play him on the right wing. You've got Rashford coming back. Play him on the left. Ole had the chance to do that today, but instead he decided to take off Jadon Sancho for Marcus Rashford, which raises a lot of question because it doesn't give these kind of players a lot of confidence to go out there and win and to perform at their best. Another thing which Paul Pogba mentioned in today's post-match interview was that United need to be more aggressive on the ball, and which is somewhat right, because every game right now it's like more or less an open basketball game where both the sides are just going at each other. There's no balance in the midfield for Manchester United, and the midfielders, they really have to think that what is actually going wrong, because they are not able to dictate the play at all, which mounts more pressure on forwards like Ronaldo or Sancho, who are not able to express themselves in the final third because they have the fear of losing the ball and not getting it back for another 5 or 10 minutes, because there's nobody in the team who's going to win that ball back. So that is definitely something which you don't want to see when you employ the likes of Rashford, Ronaldo, and Sancho, because these are players who are exceptional on the ball. They can create chances out of nowhere, but they're too scared to do it because their midfield is not competent enough to win the ball back if that chance which they make doesn't come off. So certainly a lot of questions being raised. This is what the situation is as of now post match. I would certainly want to ask Manchester United fans, what are your thoughts on Ole? How much more time are you going to give him? What are your thoughts on the current setup in which you guys play a double pivot with 4-2-3-1? Do you think that there needs to be a change? Because even because it's either of the two things. Either Ole Gunnar Solskjaer makes a tactical change, plays the players who deserve to play, plays the players like Donny van de Beek, gives a chance to Jesse Lingard to show what he can do, whether he can link up with Ronaldo or not. Maybe he plays Ronaldo and Cavani together. You know, either he tries to switch things up, or he sticks to this, and he eventually gets sacked after this run of games, which is going to be too late for Manchester United to salvage this season. So basically, this season goes to waste. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, all the Manchester United fans. This is all that we have today for you guys. Till then, stay tuned on our channel for more videos, for more solo videos regarding these current upcoming fixtures for Manchester United and for other big clubs as well, from all the five top leagues and from the UEFA Champions League. Until then, please like and subscribe, share this video around. We would be absolutely like delighted to get more than 50 likes on this video. So let's try and reach that target. Till then, we'll see you later. Thank you.